Hello there, UK seers. Today I'm reviewing this, which is the StatGear Ledge. This is an oddball. Certainly got some striking design choices on it here. This was £38, give or take, from Heine Haynes. I believe some might have also got it as part of a Kickstarter. Don't know where else it's available, but there it is. You get it in this little boxy here. Oh, there you go, and yeah, there you go, it's just that. I have no idea about their warranty. If they have one, I will put it on the screen now for you. The action on this thing is, I suppose you're supposed to open it like that, is actually quite lovely. It's a nice full movement, no half stop, nothing like that. Although again, there's no point in a half stop on this one, because if you've got to the half stop, your finger rests there, it's too late anyway. So there was no point in putting a half stop on this. No half stop. Washers on this appear to be, wow, phosphor bronze, really? Tell you what, let's just do a quick disassembly of this now. So you got what? You got a T6 here. Again, this probably voids warranties, but I know I always want to see the inside of a knife. I just want to know what it's got going on in there. Guessing that's going to be a T8 on the pivot there. Which is captive. Yep, that's a regular. There we go. So the G10 scale just comes right off. And then you've just got that liner, which is fair enough, I suppose. Oh, wow, they've even blackened the actual screw ports. That's crazy. Yowzer, it is. That's good for £40. I gotta say, like, I mean, there's a lot of nasty grease around there, but oh, yeah, you're getting phosphor bronze for 40 quid. That's pretty great. So yeah, and then it operates like I see. That's quite a clever solution. So you could still get blade wrap if you really tried, but that makes it a lot harder because it just digs into the back of the blade, actually digs into the spine, pushing that way as well as that way. Very, very clever. I'm actually a fan of that solution. So when I did the unboxing of this, because of the Beztech Junzi having this problem and a couple of other knives, especially cheap ones, I had this problem. I guessed this was going to have something called blade wrap, which thanks, by the way, Slick Slicers, for educating me on that one, is where your blade goes too far that way and contacts this part of the spine, resulting in a dull part of your blade. Apparently even some expensive French knives, I'm going to butcher this, Laguiole ones, had that problem, but most companies just go ahead and solve that problem with like a stop pin or like a little channel cut out in the blade so that it can't go any further. Now StatGear didn't appear to have a solution for that, so I assumed this knife was going to have blade wrap, but I'm happy to say I was completely wrong. This hasn't had any blade wrap whatsoever. Nothing. There we go. So, that's the inside of the knife. The scales, like I said, G10 on G10 with the stainless steel liners. You do get a lanyard hole. You get a deep carry clip that is coated, which is what a win. What an absolute win. It is reversible, by the way. That will look like... Oh, maybe that's not great. That in your pocket. You might have seen there though, is that the bottom of the clip is not actually flush. So sometimes your pocket clip gets stuck there on your trousers or will catch. So maybe you needed a ramp on the inside bit there, lads, because you actually have to lift that over to get that in there. I will also say about the pocket clip is it feels absolutely awful in your hand. Like, oh my god, it's so nasty. It just, they just haven't, they designed it as a clip only and not as a part to go in your hand. It's, I mean, it doesn't hurt, but it's just, if you were doing anything difficult with this knife, it would hurt. If you were really gripping up on this, that would hurt. It's, as you can see, incredibly easy to open and close. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of the action on this thing. I thought I was going to hate it, but I'm actually really appreciating that nice smooth action, the little click out and the click down. Now that does mean that the spring is very weak on this. Look at that. No chance. So yeah, the spring's very nice and weak on that thing, if you like that. It shouldn't matter too much though, because it's a very small little blade on that thing. The fit and finish on this is awful. It's really bad. Like, there's a bit taken out of the corner there. Look at the end of the spring there. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's, I mean, it's been like cut and then cut up again. Might be even more visible with that. I mean, look, that you'd have thought that might have like at least pretended to fill that gap. You can see one half of this spring is raised over here and the other is flush, so that's not on straight. Another thing is, because you've got G10 on top of G10, this part under the pocket clip here likes to catch on my pocket. And I actually had to take my Leatherman and cut that down into a ramp, because every time I tried to take it out of my pocket, it'd be like, and then it'd be caught, like that little, the spike on this side, this spike would actually dig in like that and start, this bit of G10 would lift off of that bit of G10 and actually skewer my pocket. So not ideal, so I had to cut that down. I've heard other stories of this G10 starting to peel away after a certain amount of time, which is far less than ideal. So if you're going to go for a design like this, guys, it might be worth chamfering all the edges, maybe rounding off these points just a little bit, because that right there, that is a very sharp point there. I'm very sure I could get something under that and start getting it caught. And it matters a lot when you've got one just on the other side of your pocket clip, because of course that's going to interact. I'm surprised this one hasn't started gripping my trousers yet. So that's a bad point. The blade on this, however, we'll get to the choil in a bit. I'm completely satisfied that that's D2. Like the Proper, this is another one that I actually haven't even what is the word? Stropped. I haven't even stropped this since I got it. Nothing. Because I was expecting that edge, because I was expecting the blade wrap. I haven't been anywhere near this with the sharpener. And you know what? I have used this a fair bit. You know what? It's blunt. No. Oh, maybe it is. There we go. I mean, it's not super sharp, but, you know, sharp enough for everyday use. It's definitely got something on there. It's very minorly poor on there. But I haven't been anywhere near that with any kind of strop or sharpener or anything. Still sharp. Ish. I'm actually impressed with that. Like, very impressed with that. Normally, they don't last that long. You've got your little D2 there and your StatGear logo there. And the centering is actually, you know what, pretty spot on. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera. But yeah, that's really not bad. Is there any blade play? Oh, there is a smidgen. But again, I've just taken that apart, so... yeah, nah, there's none. There's no blade play. Nothing. That's okay. So, that's up on screen again. That's that gear. And the size comparison on this thing. It's not a big knife. It is not big at all. So if you're looking for a very small one to just chuck in your pocket, obviously it doesn't come with that thumb grip normally, then this might be the one for you. I will say, again, the design, you're either going to be, it's okay, or you're going to hate it. You can get it in 3 different colours. You can get it in just black and black, red and black, or brown and black, as I have here. But whatever you get it in, it's going to be a very divisive design. And I think it also looks fairly aggressive. You know, all the angular lines and like that, and the whole full blade with 0 sharpening or finger choil whatsoever. That said, another thing I got wrong in my opening was I actually haven't nicked myself yet. Like that. I thought I was going to cut myself on that. To be fair, I haven't, so it might just be that I've been expecting to. But it seems okay. Not much to say on this one. I mean, it's £38 for D2 and G10. It's an odd design. It's unique, I suppose, if that floats your boat. So yeah, if you're looking for just a little cheap one, this might be worth it. But it just, I suppose it depends mostly. Look, it's D2. It's okay. It's the materials are all right. It has its problems, definitely. Know about that before you buy it. It does have, the scales are likely to slowly disintegrate over time. You're going to have all these spiky bits come off. You might be able to just have the layer underneath after that if you're fine with that. But it's certainly needs a bit of care, this one. I think the main thing it comes down to, though, if you want this knife, do you like the look of it? Because the materials are fine. That D2 is spot on as far as I'm concerned. I haven't had any issues with it. It's got fine enough action. It's not very safe. The spring is a bit weak, but that just makes it easy to open. Ordinarily, you'd be opening it via this big long nail nick on the top, nail line or whatever they call it. But yeah, this is just a pure matter of taste, really. I don't see myself carrying this one very much personally. It's performed magnificently. There's nothing wrong performance-wise with this knife. It cuts, it cuts, it cuts. It does what you need it to do. It goes through thick cardboard, it goes through thin cardboard. It'll do the paper, whatever you want. Not looking forward to having to sharpen this one at all. Like, not even a little bit with that. There's another knife I have that I had to take apart. This might be one that I have to take actually all the way apart to sharpen properly. Because, like, look at that. I haven't even got the whole knife on there. So, but at the same time, it's £40. It's not an expensive knife. Get some D2 in your life. StatGear Ledge there. Thanks for watching, everyone.